calling, 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 calling from Africa.
Asante sana. I'm always very blessed to be associated with Optiven. Really, for me, Optiven is just more than a real estate company. For me, Optiven is almost like a ministry to me. It's a divine connection that I had with them. So our transaction is not just the physical transaction. They brought my confidence back in investing in Kenya, because as people in the diaspora, last week we were being told by one of our guest speakers, Bishop David Oginde, and that we don't live anywhere. We end up not investing in the diaspora. We don't invest at home, but it reached a point where I had lost the confidence of improving or going forward with my investments in Kenya, because we made the first few investments, and then the next one we were duped. We were still in court until now. And so we grew very cold feet. And so when I met the Optiven, I was thinking, what's the difference? But what struck me was the foundation they were running, the Optiven Foundation. And because my husband and myself, we run a foundation, that was a click for me. Somebody who is giving back, to the community. He's God's, an extension of God's hands. So Optiven is not just a real estate, but is a blessing to humanity. I have, a piece of land with them. I look at it and I've been their marketer, pro bono employee, without them knowing, just telling people that, invest with them. You can trust them. I've trusted them with, both the ones that we are existing, and also the ones we are securing with them. So I can tell you that we have invested with them, and I'm really thanking God for them. For me, it was a divine connection, which I continue to thank God for. So please join the bandwagon. It's a blessed place, not just, buying a property, but as you buy the property, you are also reaching the hearts of human beings, and God will bless you for that. Thank you.
Hey, all of you, my name is Gladys Gephardt, and I live in Germany with my family. I met George and James, when you came to Germany, we met you, and we listened to you. And we got with some of my friends. I don't know if they are here. And we got interested with what you're offering, and we finally bought a property with you in Nyeri. And I say I feel very comfortable to invest with Optiven, because I feel safe that I'm dealing with Christians, and anytime that I have a question, I am able to address my question direct to James or to George. And I would encourage everybody who want to invest in Kenya to take this opportunity and invest with Optiven. And like somebody said, sometimes we are really taken advantage of by maybe our families or our friends. When we need some help, they end up asking for, sometimes we get even people in Europe, or we lose our money. And with Optiven, I feel very safe and comfortable to invest with Optiven. I'm excited today to join this meeting, and I would really want to hear what the team from Optiven have for us, especially about developing the properties that I have in Kenya. Thank you so much.
Time, like Gladys said before, yeah, that's true. People are taking advantage of us. Some of them are our families. Some of them are our friends. So, hatusemi wasikule, but pia wasitumalize pia, si ndio? So with Optiven, I'm sure that those who have dealt already with Optiven, hakuna story kama hiyo. If they tell you the land is this much, it's that much. And they are ready to offer you other services. So we're going to invite George Wachiuri to talk because of his story, which has inspired many Kenyans outside Kenya and in Kenya. And like I said, what as we left the country to find, you managed to make it in Kenya. Na sisi hapa bado Kenya, Kenyans who are here in the diaspora, hata tukuwa huku nje, we are still trying to do business in Kenya. Maybe there you can advise us what to take care of. And at the same time, you tell us your story. We shorten kidogo, utuambie haraka haraka what you went through. I saw you had tried more than 15 businesses. Sisi bado tunaendelea na kujaribu. So maybe you can tell us what to avoid so as to get the correct business to do. And we'd like you to advise us maybe the things we should avoid. Is it friends, family, whatever? Please, George Wachiuri, welcome. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, Chairman, and thank you for hosting this particular forum. And thank you, James. I can see Jerusha from Optiven. I can see my friends are right here. Actually, this is the entire Optiven in Europe. I am very excited, and I am right here in Syokimau. Today we had a big conference. I just slid that away from the conference. So at some point you hear some background of music. So it's the evangelist who is preaching in our church, in a Destiny Life Church. And we are here, but the pastor knows that I'm using his office. So this is not my office. This is my bishop's office in Syokimau. And I'm so excited to see, wow, my friends right here. I can see Sarah is right here. My good friend Ambeka. Wow, the guy is here. Janvier. And you are happy. John, man, we really value this team. Caroline, I see the hall is full of people. Hey, my goodness. It is also here. And I can see the group of Favor, Favor group, Lillian, Gladys, Catherine, Naomi, oh my goodness, from, is it the correct spelling, Cologne, Germany? And this is a true testimony. I can see Rose is here. I remember the story of Rosabella. When you are marketing there, in fact, she told me, prove to me that you are not a crook. I produced my ID and she told me, I can't trust ID. Who are you? I was trying to explain myself. I remember she paid 50 euros and I had to sign that in case I come to Kenya, I don't get a property, you refund my 50 euros. Today, we always meet at Kitagera GMC Fund Place to Nacheka. We laugh there and we tell each other, wow, God of miracles. And I'm so happy that now she's an owner of a beautiful home in Victory Gardens, Kitagera. Stories of testimonies. And when I see the entire team right here, I am very, very excited that the majority of people here are actually Optiven customers. So you are actually Optiven. So Optiven is not George Wachiuri. You are Optiven because if we happen to float shares for Optiven, because in the future, we'll be able to put this company to public. You'll be given a priority to buy a shareholding in this company because the company has become bigger than George Wachiuri. Now George Wachiuri is becoming irrelevant. And you have people like James Proti who are really on the steering. And I'm so happy that many of you are now part and parcel of the Optiven family. And of course, I can see a few names that I have not met. Of course, Optiven means optimizing ventures. And we say that our business is to create homes for our Kenyan people. Our business is to economically and socially empower and transform the communities. So whatever we do every morning, we ask ourselves, are we empowering communities? And that's why my good friend Janvier was saying that we are very passionate towards communities. And I'm happy that we even partner with people like Marion. We have doing some projects together right there in Malindi. And every time she comes to Kenya, we must meet and take coffee together. So the mission is bigger. So when I hear somebody like Purity confessing positively, for me, I get some energy to keep moving. That does not mean that we don't have challenges at Optiven. Challenges are there. But when we hear more positive, we are very, very inspired. we are very, very encouraged when Gladys says, wow, I invested and now I can see the results. I now want to build. This one really fires us up to know that we are able to keep moving regardless of the years we have worked. We have been in business for 20 years, and we say that part of this business is to put a smile in people's lives. You know, I remember over COVID, we have been feeding over 300 families every month. You know, this month alone, we have been able to pay fees for 350 students across 47 counties, and we target these orphans that cannot be able to afford money for fees. And we say that Optiven exists not because of our bottom line or to make money, it exists for us to lift other people. So Optiven, it's you. That means wherever you are, now you change your name. Now you are Purity Philanthropist. You are Joseph, Philanthropist, because we are actually using your money to reach out to the people in Mathare, the people in Kibera, and you are literally a donor. So you're even bigger than Bill Gates, because some of your money, a portion of it, have been supporting communities across 47 counties. So wherever you are, just know that you are part and parcel of this particular success. So when a child in Kisumu, Marada High School, get fees, it is not because of George Wachiuri, it's because of Hilda, because Hilda partnered with Optiven, and this money is spreading a smile to these people. We also have a big project for physically challenged. We give wheelchairs to people with back issues. Last year, we gave over 1,000 wheelchairs, and every time these guys sit on this wheelchair, they smile. That means that particular smile is because of the team from Europe and other countries that are supporting the Optiven vision of being pace setters in socio-economic transformation. They say the reason why companies are formed, not to make money, and especially African companies, is because this company needs to create jobs for other people. It needs to add value to the community. And that's why last year we launched the Go Green initiative, whereby we are asking people, like people who want to build, when you come to build, don't use iron sheets that you cannot drink water. We are saying go green Optiven, that whatever you do, be it water recycling, use biodigester, you can recycle that water for greening. Even as the builders, we are telling them, do homes with bigger windows so that we are able to save our mother planet Earth. We are also intentional in planting trees. I really congratulate people who bought a Garden of Joy and Victory Gardens, because this particular project has attracted UN Habitat. You know, we have hosted UN Habitat to check on what is happening in this particular project, because we have planted thousands of trees in this particular project. We have green spaces, and I'm so happy that all those others that bought Shekinah some years back, we are landing there next month. We are putting solar, we are putting more trees, and the Shekinah is going to be a talk of town. So if you are here, because I can see a few customers who bought Shekinah, Yani, Shuma, Iko, Jikoni, we are adding there with vigor. We're also launching a resort there in Shekinah. We are calling it the Love Resort, you know, whereby you can go there, you know, from Europe, you can sleep there, you can enjoy there, and Optiven is about transformation. Why? Because of your support. And for us at Optiven, we value the people of Europe, because one thing I've discovered, you people, you are very consistent. People start very small. In fact, sometimes you get deposit of 10,000 Kenya shillings. Nauliza James, you atamaliza. But within 2 years, I see title being processed. Huyu amemaliza. So you are consistent, and the people of Europe, you have the least default rate. You know, our default rate is 4%. From others, but for you, it is about 2.5%. So very few people who drop. And I'm happy that people like Jerusha has been working even with those without PIN, without IDs. And Jerusha has supported a lot of you to ensure that you have proper documentation when you are investing in Kenya. And today, I am very, very inspired to speak to you. And other than purchase process, because I know James Crotty is very vibrant, and he'll be able to talk about our purchase process. For me, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to be on the winning side. Let me tell you a secret. If I see Muri winning, if I see Richard winning, Gladys winning, Abeka winning, on the winning side, if I see Jeffrey, Millicent winning, that's our happiness. And today I'll discuss with you on how you can be on the winning side right there in Europe, even as you invest in Kenya, because they say success can be copied. And I am so happy that the people we associate with, people who associate with Optiven, they succeed because Optiven has got a special favor. You know, people who associate with Optiven, I see them grow. Not only customers, even staff, we call them partners. So Joseph out there, if you are dealing with Optiven, you are sure that other than transaction, as Janvier said, we have a relationship. You only need to tell us you are coming to Kenya. We are not short of coffee. We can take coffee together. And I'm sure that a lot of you are aware of that. But how can we be on the winning side? How can we be a positive people? How can we be able to think big? As our chairman was saying, you know, was telling us, George, tell us how you did it. Tell us what not to do. And we want to share some of the things that people do. We can copy them and we can be able to leave a legacy, not only for ourselves, but also for our children. Because someone told me the other day that investment is not about you. Investment is not about Pastor John. Investment is not about Limo. It's not about Millicent. It's about the generation that you are raising. That they say that when Chris was alive, you know, when Chris was here, they bought this particular property and now we are enjoying. They say when Karubi was here, this is what Karubi did. This is what Michael did. This is what Dorothy Karemi did. So it's about the future. It's not about ourselves. Can you imagine Kenya today? We are enjoying the Vision 2030 that Kibaki did. You know, when I was coming from a town to the church in Syokimau, I took a bit of time because the roads are blocked because these guys are doing Yani Barabara ya Gorofa, the express highway. And they are saying that going to the airport from town is going to take only 7 to 8 minutes. This is because somebody had a dream. The guy was old, Kibaki was old, but he was looking at people like Limo, people like Chris, people like Sarah that will come later, people like Purity, when they are coming from the airport, you'll enjoy the road. So the guy had a dream. And the same with all of us. We need to put that positivity, that thinking big, so that whatever that we build through Optiven, it is not about I, me, and myself. It is called self-trinity. It's not about self-trinity. It's about other people. And that's why God created us for the sake of other people. But how can we be on the winning side? I'll share with you 3 things on how you can be in the winning side. Number 1, always choose your words well. My goodness, there is power in our words. Those people who have listened to my documentary, you know, one time I was so down, I was depressed, I was stressed. I lost all my friends, but I could go in front of a small mirror in a small house in Pangani and say, George, you are going to make it. George, you are going to become a billionaire. Can you imagine? A billionaire without even a 50 shillings in the pocket. It was like madness. But there is power with the words we speak to ourselves. No given time should you feel depressed or stressed. Go in front of a mirror and say, hey, me, Purity, I am the next entrepreneur. I am landing to Kenya and invest. You know, I was talking to a gentleman who lived in Belgium for 18 years with a family. And one time he decided to come to Kenya and do business. I remember we were talking and asked me, hey, George, what business can I do in Kenya? I told the guy, man, Kenyans are building. Kenyans are investing. If you only have little capital, you buy some graders and tractors and lorries, come and hire a yard, put those things there, put them on social media to say, hey, the contractor from Belgium, from Europe has landed. Do you have a project that wants support? Man, the guy did exactly that. The first client was actually Optiven. We gave him the job to do roads at Amani Ridge, the Prince of Peace. All the photos also about Amani Ridge, the tractors you see there, they are owned by a diasporian. Diasporian who lived in Europe for 18 years. Can you imagine? Immediately, we gave him this work. People like copying Optiven. Man, people are asking, hey, who is this guy doing this construction work? This is the contact with the guy. Right now, as we talk, he imported other graders from Europe to expand his business. And as we talk to you, he's also hiring people to support him. This is a diasporian. Why? Because he told me, even the time he was in Europe, he was saying, hey, Me, I am also an entrepreneur. I'll become an entrepreneur in Kenya. And let me encourage you. Anybody can be an entrepreneur, by the way. Anyone here. When I look at you, including Pastor Janvier and your hubby, John, you can be entrepreneurs even as you preach the gospel. Michael, you can be an entrepreneur. I am telling you. Mula Nyakinda, you can be an entrepreneur. Joyce Wanjiko, you can be. And this thing is true. The power of our words. Choose your words well. Never ever confess negatively to yourself. Bwana Sherman, every time you look at yourself, confess positively to say, hey, Yani, when God created me, hey, I think I am the best in Europe. Don't shy away. One of the things we do, we shy away talking well about ourselves. Someone asking you, hey, Marion, how are you doing in Marindi? Hey, hustle. You know, I'm hustling. My friend, if you say you are hustling, you will hustle. That's why for me, I don't believe that word hustling. Because what you talk about, the words you use, they will come back to you. Choose your words well for you to be on the positive side, on the winning side. I like these guys from Dubai. When you go to Dubai and you're in the plane, they tell you, welcome to Dubai, the place where people thrive, they don't survive. Hey, my friend. So they are whetting your appetite. Welcome to Optiven, where people thrive. And we do the same at Optiven. We tell the new people that we hire, welcome to Optiven, where people thrive. Our customers, welcome to Optiven, where people thrive. My goodness, choose your words well. Always look at yourself as a victorious person. Caroline, when you look at yourself, just view yourself as a victorious lady. The posting you do on your Facebook, let people see victory. Never admit defeat, because you are supposed to be victorious. It is possible, it is doable. Be a giver. Hey, my goodness. Can you imagine this lady called Marion? Hey, Yani, this lady, I don't know whether I'm going to disclose a lot of data. She grows moringa and she sells moringa from Malindi. And then the same money for moringa, the lady is supporting hundreds of children. A giver, I can guarantee you. Once you are a giver, the Father in heaven, our God, will give you more, will give you good health, will give you good networks like Optiven, will give you better things, because our Father, our God loves givers. Be a giver. Wow. Number 2, how can you be on the winning side? Number 2, how can you be on the winning side? This one has worked for me, by the way. It can work for you. It has worked for Jerusha, James. I can see Joan is here. It can also work for you. Number 2, learn from others. Yeah, learn from other people. They call it get the right mentors. Let me tell you a secret. In business, you don't need to fail like George Wachiuri. You don't need to fail. Experience is not the best teacher. The best teacher is a mentor. And that's why for me, I said, every time God has given me breath, I'll be mentoring people who want to do business. Right now, last year we graduated hundreds of people who are doing small businesses. Right now, we are now mentoring cohort 2. And by the way, you can register. It's on www.georgewashington.com, cohort 2. We don't charge. We do it on Zoom. We share our experiences, because mentorship helps you to learn faster. When you just want to start a business, don't do it secretly. Come to us. Share your idea with us. For us, we believe in giving. We shall give you all the information. We shall tell you, don't climb this mountain. Don't partner with this partner. This is what you can do, because they say success can be copied. You can copy success. Learn from others. Learn from others. So don't shy away. So our relationship, Madam Miano, our relationship, not selling you properties only. Our relationship is to walk with you. Whether they are challenges, whether they are good tidings, that's our relationship. Bwana David Dirango, when you come to Kenya, don't struggle. We are in Absa Plaza. Engage us. Join us. We will be happy when this family from Europe, Bwana Apondi, when you prosper, we are also smiling. Learn from others. That one has worked for me, it can work for you. I love the example of Asians. You know, Asian people, you know, they mentor their youngsters in the temple. As African people, we take our children to good schools. They finish school, they have no mentor. They make so many mistakes like George Wachiuri did because zero mentor. And I would like to learn from Asian communities. By the time their children are in school, they are attending what their parents do. They want to know, what does David Dilango do? What does Zipporah does, you know? And they want to know, and they become better. By the time they are 18, man, they are running businesses. That's why that we find that Asian businesses last longer. We can pick from them. Mentorship works. Number 3, how can you be on the winning side? How can you be on the winning side? You know, investigate yourself, Sarah. Investigate yourself. How can you be on the winning side? Abeka, Salim, how can you be on the winning side? Number 3, start thinking big. Yeah, I don't know. When you are brought up, we are told, don't think too big, think small. I think it's because we are colonized by these fellows from this country I won't mention. You know, them they were thinking big. But as you are taught how to think small, can you imagine? But I want to encourage you that from today going forward, owe no man's apology, owe no woman apology by thinking big. They say thinking is free. You can think big and nobody will punish you. Just do it. Put that diary. Put your vision, 5 years to come, 10 years to come, 20 years to come. And I can tell you, when you think big, something good happens. Think big, think smart. Refuse to think small. My goodness, I remember one time I was thinking of borrowing money from a bank, you know, and I always feared big money. I always feared borrowing big loans. You know, I could decide the letter, but I was fearing. I remember one time I borrowed 40 million. I was literally shaking. My hands were shaking. How will I pay this loan? But I met this guy called Dr. James Mwangi of Equity Bank. I met him for 15 minutes. Actually, he served me coffee. Can you imagine a small entrepreneur with a big entrepreneur serving you coffee? And that one humbled me. And I picked some lessons that always be humble. This is the guy who told me, hey, man, think big money. I am the one who approved the big money. Those wordings alone changed my mindset. And today I want to encourage all of us. We refuse to think small. How can you know that you think small? I'll share with you 3 ways on how you can identify that you have been thinking small, and then you can change. Number 1, you believe that success is for others. You just believe that success is not for me. Buying property is Optiven is for Muri. Buying property from Optiven is for our chairman. Buying property is for other people. It's not for me. This is called, if you find yourself thinking success is not for you, definitely you are thinking small. Of course, number 2, refusal to take action. The difference between you and other successful people is because those other people, they take risk, they take action. Let me tell you a secret. Life is full of risk. Even where I'm talking from, I have faith that this roof is stable. So every time that you go out there, even on a train, you are taking a risk. The same with our lives, with our businesses, with our families. Even getting married is a risk. How do you know whether the marriage will last forever? You don't know. It's about taking a risk. And they say when you take a risk, sometimes you get, sometimes you lose. So life is about negatives and positives. Sometimes you get, sometimes you lose. When you lose, never live there whining, complaining, murmuring, because that one can only add depression. You know, when I lost 5 million, I even forgave. You know, I forgave those guys. I don't even have any grudges with them because it's about taking those calculated risks. How do you know you're thinking small? Number 3, dancing with mediocrity. Oh my goodness. Yani, you are able to dance with mediocrity. Where do you pick mediocrity from? Your friends. There are some friends that if you don't vomit them out like Jonah, the way he was vomited by the fish, man, you keep dining, dancing with the mediocrity. Sometimes you have to let go some of your friends. Have you ever met people that every time you finish the meeting, you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel worn out? Such kind of people, you have to say no. Do you belong to some WhatsApp that every time you open that WhatsApp group, you get completely worn out? Yeah, and you get tired because these fellows, they only discuss politics. See what I mean? Where the politics? They are the best ones in political analysis. Why can they join the politics? When I join a group and everything is politics, I say, man, I think I don't belong here. Of course, I love politics and I love politicians, but let them do your job. Dancing with mediocrity. Dancing with mediocrity. The people you associate with. There's this story of the Bible, that there were two people. There were 12 tribes of Israel. And Moses sent them to check the investment in Canaan. 10 of them, they were big people. They were like governors. They said, hey, wow, hey, that area, we cannot conquer. There are some giants. Hey, there are some giants there. But there are these two fellows. These are the fellows you need to associate with. Joshua and Caleb, they say, hey, we saw the fellows there. We saw the investment, but we can conquer. How many times do you have Joshua in your life, Caleb in your life? People, when you are down, they encourage you. Or do you have the 10 that always pull purity down? That when you tell them, nataka kujenga, wanakwambia wewe purity, utagongwa, they will take all your money. Can you imagine? So they are putting you down. The time you dance the mediocrity, you know that you are thinking small. Bonus point, when you find yourself, you are lazy, you are delaying in making decisions. Life is about decisions. They say a human being has got capacity to make between 500 and 700 good decisions. But you find there are some people, they don't want to make a simple decision of investing. The other day I was talking to one of our clients. There's a lady for 2 years old. She has invested with us 42 plots, 42 properties. And we've been together for 10 years. Every year she invests and she pays for a pole on installments. The other day we launched this property in Konza, yesterday. It is called Prosperity Gardens Konza. And we are just 1.8 kilometers off Konza. And the lady sent me a text, hey George, why are you launching this new project without telling me first so that I select the best area? And the lady is in Dallas, by the way. She's not in Kenya. And then she tells me, I am sending somebody tomorrow. In fact, as we speak, the agent, the sister, is already in Konza, checking and pinpointing 4 plots. Why? Because she knows that decision-making is key. Quick decision-making is key. How many opportunities do we lose? Because we don't want to make that particular decision. If this lady has brought over 40 plots with us, you can do it. And by the way, she's only for 2 years old. She tells me her target is to buy 60 plots, 60 properties with Optiven. After she buys 60, she will relocate and come back to Kenya, sell half of them, and then start real estate. Can you imagine? Some of the properties she bought is actually Optiven Gardens. I remember it was 350,000 a plot 7 years ago. Today, the same property is next to Victory Gardens, and Victory is going for 2.3. Can you imagine? She bought 4. That's how people make decisions and they progress. So we must say no to laziness and slowness in decision making. And of course, giving up easily. Oh my goodness. Giving up easily and suddenly stopping your vision. You remember, God has given us the power to make decisions, the power to dream, the power to make vision. But most of the time, they say 80% of the people globally, they have a tendency of giving up easily and suddenly stopping. They stop shining. Yet, when God created you, Pastor Janvia knows, you were created a star. When God created Dorothy Atema, even the way you are looking, you were created a beautiful star. But ask yourself, what can stop me from shining? When God created Hali, you are created to shine. When God created Mwangi, Kiari, you are created as star. But how comes we are not shining? Let me use the word we. I'll share with you the 3 things that stop us from shining. 3 things. Number 1, what stops us from shining? Number 1, comfort zone. Yeah. In Kiswahili, they say kufika. Yeah, nimefika. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Me, I'm good. Hey, Koi, how are you? Mimi nimefika. Niko sawa. Niko poa. Comfort zone. Nothing challenges you. They say life without challenges is dangerous. And I'm sure Joseph knows this. Challenges come to sharpen us, to make us better. Can you imagine the fellow talking to you, eating leaves, 5 days without food? Can you imagine? Challenges comes to strengthen us. You know, comfort zone is dangerous. You see, there's a guy in the Bible called Abraham. The guy was promised a lot of things by God himself, and he was comfortable. But one day, God discovered this guy is very comfortable. He was told, wake up and go to a promised land that I'll show you. He did not know where, but the guy obeyed and went. Another time he was told, kill your son. Hey, can you imagine? That is destabilizing Abraham from comfort zone. And most of us, we are so comfortable. We don't want to go an extra mile. And I can guarantee you, if you make a decision this year, 2021, to go an extra mile, I want to hear people to say, hey, George, I have already finished the Garden of Joy. Do you have another property that I can buy, and later on I can sell it and build up my property at the Garden of Joy? Or, George, do you have a plot next? Me, I want a bigger place so that when Pastor Janvier comes, I can do a barbecue on my property. It is called going an extra mile. And we have capacity, all of us. We have the capacity. We have the capacity. My goodness, I am told time is running out very, very fast. What stops us from shining? What stops you from shining? Number 2, dead networks. What? Dead networks. Yani, you are in a member of a WhatsApp group of 256 people. And when you want to raise 10,000 euros, nobody can give even 10 euro. Man, quit that WhatsApp group. That network is a dead network. We can start building Kenyans in France. That's a good network. Kenyans in France, good network. That when you have challenges, you can go to this particular network. You talk to our chairman and tell them, I think this is what I think. The community can support me. Say no. What stops you shining is this dead network. Be active. Be out there. They say network is net worth. Yeah, network is net worth. Bonus point, what stops you shining? Bonus point, low self-esteem. Yeah, low self-esteem. Hey, yani kujidhalau. You don't love yourself. Let me ask you, Marion, if you don't love yourself, will George love you? You have to love yourself first. When you come to Kenya, tell me how you're going to do in Malindi. Then I'll pump energy in you. I'll even add you some 1 or 2 euros to support the children. But you have to really love yourself. In Kiswahili, they say kujijaza. You pump energy in yourself and you say no to low self-esteem. The other day, we had a very terrible case whereby a young man kills the whole family. And I said, wait a minute, as Kenyan people, we should be embarrassed. How comes we did not discover this young man was under depression? How comes nobody reached to this young man to tell him, you are 22 years old, but you can be able to boost your self-esteem so that doesn't go to a depression, because a depressed person can do terrible things, can do serious things. And let me tell you, as a community, as Kenyans in France, Kenyans in Germany, Kenyans in Belgium, we have a job to do. Leadership, muko na kazi. You have to keep monitoring your people. Do they have challenges? Do we have counselors within us that can talk to a Kenyan community? That's why for us at Optiven, we identified Jerusha to handle all diaspora issues. And I am so happy this lady doesn't sell. This lady, kazi yake, is to handle your other issues, not even related to investment. And she has been doing an amazing job. And by the way, I ask you, if you don't have Jerusha's number, you better pick it up. Because, Jerusha, share your number on the platform. Because this lady, unaweza hata kumtuma, sukuma, iwekwe kwa airport, iletwe kwako. Hiyo ndio kazi yake. Why? We want to develop relationship with you. We want, when we view you, we don't view you lost. We view you as Caroline. We view you as Michael. We see you as Kate Maweo. Relationship. We view you as Fiona. You know, this is what you're looking for. We view you as Joseph Bogwa. And Jerusha has been doing an amazing job. Of course, James Proti is always fiery out there to ensure that everything is okay. And it's exciting. It's exciting. In conclusion, I want to encourage you that place yourself on the highway of the winning. Highway of the winning, because Abeka, you are born a winner. Keep you in that highway. As you do those magazines, let them be the best of the best magazines. Those who are trying to do business, let it be the best of the best business. Why? We have to stay in the victory side. We must have to stay in the winning side. It is our time. The year 2021 is your time. It is our time to do investment. It is our time to win. So never ever talk defeat. Refuse to talk defeat. Don't discourage others and don't discourage yourself. Create an atmosphere of what you want. Go out there, create that atmosphere, Joseph, of what you want, and nobody should stop you, not your career. Because the career today, the job you are doing today doesn't define you. That is today. Tomorrow can be better. Tomorrow can be marvelous. Tomorrow can be bigger. But create that atmosphere. Your own social media platforms, create an atmosphere that attracts people. That's why for me, I am very passionate on mentorship. I am passionate encouraging people. I am passionate meeting people. I am passionate on adding value to the world, to the group. And finally, develop ability to see the future. Caroline, develop ability to see the next 20 years, because you must live 100 years. You are going nowhere. So you better develop that ability to see the future. Your past must be buried. Forget about what happened yesterday. Forget about your pains 3 years ago. Forget about those pains. That's why I say, tell a story, because when you tell a story, you forget. When I tell my story of agony, it is healing. You get better. Bury that future, bury it and start anew. And once we do that, Hilda, once we do that, I can tell you, the Kenyan people gonna be big. We are going to be respected. We are going to be honored. And when I look at all this team here, a team of 48 able Kenyan people, I am extremely proud of you. I know Marion is also a Kenyan. You know, we call her Wanjiro. Yeah, she's a Wanjiro, you know. And for me, it's wishing you the best. And to tell you, honestly, I love you. I value you. And any particular time, we are here as a family. And let this not be the last talk. Let's keep talking. Let's do quarterly. Let's do semi-annually. Let's have a Q&A. Let's know who is investing in Kenya. Don't struggle when Optiven, we are here. I think I'll hand now this to James Proti, maybe just to take us through the properties we have, and maybe also will be answering a Q&A. But of course, before James comes, I am happy that you know, God has enabled us to build up very, very environmental friendly properties. You know, right there in Ketengela. You know, every time I go to Victory Gardens, I get inspired. You know, we just did the whole project. We did 420 solar street lights. You know, when it is at 6 in Awaka, 6 in the morning in Azima. And it's just amazing. We have been able to plant 2,892 trees along the roads of Victory Gardens. Can you imagine? We have 1 acre for children. So when David Drago comes to the family, you don't need to squeeze in the house. There is a 1 acre planted with Kikuyu grass. Yani, in Greek, it's called Munguno. You can, that is it's part and parcel of the people who bought Victory Gardens phase 3, 4, and 5, we have a whole 3 acres that we are now planting fruits in the same project. We have an artificial river there. You can walk there. And we would say it's like a small Europe right there in Kitengela. Can you imagine? And of course, Kitengela with the express superhighway, this is going to be the bedroom of Nairobi. Already it is. They say from Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics that 32,000 families working in CBD are living in Kitengela. We have done a replica to Garden of Joy. So I remember Purity and the team, they were asking, where, George, you always talk about Victory Gardens. We have seen solar, we have seen water, we have seen water tower. When are you doing it in a project? They did not know that their project was lower. But because of pressure, yani kusukumwa, we were pushed. We are now replicating exactly what we did in Victory. We are now replicating it in Garden of Joy. And Garden of Joy is 1.3 kilometers off the tarmac. And the project is the best in Machakos. As we talk, the engineers are laying cables, water pipes with different people connecting. And I have seen a customer here. I won't mention the name because I have no permission to disclose. She is coming. And personally, I am launching her house at the Garden of Joy on the 3rd of February. I will be there. Can you imagine? Launching, breaking the ground. I saw the photo of the house. We give her our designs, but she improved. Men at a swimming pool. The house has got a swimming pool. Can you imagine? And I can see she is in this particular forum. I am extremely humbled. You go to Kiambu, Amanlich, that's another story. You know, that's another story. We even did a fountain. When the David Dago goes there, inakusense, inaanza kumwaga maji na kusalimia. All the stresses goes down. Amanlich is just another story. You know, and the engineer that is doing the road is from Europe. And the guy, I told you an example. He is doing very high standard roads, you know, up to Cabro standards, because Amanlich, we are selling a product at between 7 and 12 million. But the kind of roads we are doing there is Cabro, underground power, just an amazing. And of course, those who want to invest in the future, Konza, we have a small project that you can ask James Pro to grab a plot. We are selling at 795, just a bare plot. But it's a stone throw to Konza City, 1.8 kilometers. So we are targeting people who do rentals. Yani manyumba ya gorofa kama Zimmerman, you know, ya gorofa. Then people coming to stay in Konza, you can be able to get rent from them. But we are looking at 10 years, 15 years. They say land investment is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the people who wait. But funny enough, people are investing in Konza. Right now, yesterday, they launched metro buses to Konza. I said, wait a minute. People say Uhuru is not working. Yet, they only did it in WhatsApp. Men come to Kenya. The infrastructure being developed is out of this world. I come from a very dry place called Kenyan. For the first time, I saw tarmac road in our county. I said, hey, tarmac after very many years. Go to Eldoret. Go to Kisumu. Work is happening. Hey, men, kazi inatendeka. Why? The power of the vision. So I take this opportunity to hand over the mic to James Proti. God bless you. I love you. I value you.
Wow. That was fire. Thank you so much, team leader. We are really inspired. You know, it's always a great honor and inspiring to listen to you. Let me hand over to Noah Mori as I take over the next phase. Noah, karibu sana.
Okay, thank you, George Wachiuri, for sharing. And what you have said is what we wanted to hear. You have mixed your experience and how to do business and how to succeed in life. That was, I think it was very educative for us who are in the diaspora, and we have learned a lot. Our network, like you were saying, we should make it more, we should make it, we should add value to our network so that our members also can take advantage of our networks. And that's what we are doing. That's why today I decided to invite you and the team of Optiven so that you can come to talk to Kenyans. We want to empower Kenyans in the diaspora. That's our main aim, and we'll continue doing it every time. Sure, we'll be trying to be doing such things oftenly so that to keep people on the track. So I assure you that we are going to continue on that. Just for information, other events coming on Kenyans in France, we'll be having next week. We want to empower Kenyans who want to learn languages. We'll be talking about learning languages online. That will be on Saturday. So those who have kids, most I can see many diasporans here who have kids, they want them to learn Swahili or their mother tongue. I'll be receiving a company which will, their specialty is they teach people languages. And for example, they have Swahili lessons, they have Kikuyu lessons for the moment, but they are developing to bring other languages for diasporans who want to learn, or even for their kids, or even for other people, for the Europeans. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll be having another event about development, sponsorship. If you have a project in Kenya, we'll show you how you can develop that project and be sponsored. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll have another event on Facebook, and at the same time on Zoom. So I encourage you to come back and learn more and get empowered. If you see other things which can empower Kenyans, like Optiven has been doing, these other guys will be doing it, bring them to us. We are going to diffuse the information so that everybody, every Kenyan gets empowered. So now I'm going to welcome James, and so that he can take over and continue our event.
Thank you, Noah Muri. That is great. I can see Kenyans in the diaspora doing great things, empowering each other. It's good if you also teach those kids kuongea Kiswahili, so that when they come to Kenya, they are speaking and talking with the Soso. They don't tell them about the Hobanuf, the Soso can get lost.
Sure.
Yeah. So I can see there are some of us who are asking questions. I think I will take some of the few. Ask the team leader, then I will do the presentation of the project we have. Hilda, asante sana all the way from Hamburg, Germany. Hilda is asking, after buying the plot in Garden of Joy, can you tell us how now we can tackle building? Maybe team leader, you can address that. Hilda want to start construction in Garden of Joy.
Okay, thank you, Hilda. Thank you, Hilda. We are very excited when we hear people want to build. And how do you handle construction? We are able to guide you. We have the house designs, but we allow you to get your own contractor. And what I've seen people do is that they get their contractor, they run the BOQ through us, and we are able to guide you whether you are okay or not. If you want to use Optiven engineers, yes, we have opportunity. You can use Optiven engineers. We can also give you a quotation, and we are here to work with you. I know that our engineer, right now, he is overwhelmed. He's handling quite a number of properties, and we are now encouraging that we are open. You can bring your engineer, or you can engage us to use our engineer. And one thing you are sure of is that Garden of Joy, we have our people right there. So in case you have a question with your engineer, you can always ask us. But I have seen very good people who are doing homes there. So you can also do a referral, you can do a referral. I talked to people who are doing houses there to advertise their services at the gate of Garden of Joy. So next time you come, you can be able to have options. The only thing is that don't give your relatives to build for you, because if they mess up, you cannot sue. There's a fellow who did a house for a lady in Europe, and the guy messed up. I regret recommending him. Right now, the guy is taken to court, and the other day I saw a letter. She wanted to compensate the client to a tune of 4 million. Why? Because they were somehow, they were not related. You can imagine if it was a cousin. You cannot sue your cousin. So get people competent, do a contract. If you want us to work with you, yes, we can work with you, and we can be able to walk the journey with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, team leader. I can see David Dilango. David Dilango all the way from US. Karibu sana, asante sana. I can see it's a compliment. And Dorothy Atema. Dorothy Atema is asking, do you help with building for land, both from other land companies? That one I can handle. No, currently we don't do that. What we can do, maybe you can check with the contractors building for other customers and maybe share notes. Any other question there? Dorothy Karemi is saying a big thumbs up. Mr. Wachiuri, you are very inspiring. I personally very Optiven. Asante sana. You can see John Kemani, enlightening session indeed. Keep up Optiven. Hilda, Marion Wajiro, nice. Okay, that's good. Now I'll request Richard from the other end to share the screen so that we can take our customers through what we have. I can see Mwagi Kiari was asking for the contact. We already shared that, and then I'll be able to get back to you. Fortizo is asking enlighten me on Amani Ridge. I'm Gladys from UK. Okay, in a few minutes, we'll be sharing that. So great investors are great friends of Optiven. I'll be able to share with you a few projects that are available currently with Optiven, and I'll request my IT, our IT manager, to take us to the next slide so that we can learn about a few projects that are available. So currently, these are the available projects with Optiven. Just a minute, I minimize this. Great. So as the team leader was saying, we have launched a project near Konza City, just before you get to Mariri, 1.8 kilometers off the tarmac. These plots are bare plots. We launched that project yesterday, and it's very new. So the title deed, the subtitle deeds will be ready in the next 6 months. So if you are willing to be part of this growing Konza City area, now this is the time to pick a plot. And this plot you can buy and build apartments in the future. So they are very ideal for commercial development. And the plot there is selling at only 795,000, and the size is 50 by 100, or an eighth of an acre. This is a very ideal place for those people who learn about the Konza City. Konza City is going to be our technopoly city in Kenya. And already there are so many investors who are pouring in to invest in Konza area. The next project we have is Shakaina Gardens. Shakaina Gardens is located in Kajiado town, 900 meters off Namanga Highway. And this is a standard value-added property. This is not bare. We have done the loans. We have done the borehole and the connecting water to every plot. And as you heard from the team leader, very soon there will be solar power on site. We are connecting also electricity. So this is an ideal place. We have a place for community center in this. We have a place for the children play area. We have a resort that will be coming up in a few years' time. And the project is over 85% sold out. A plot here, 50 by 100, cost at a price of only 750,000. And we have ready title deeds. So if you want to get maybe 3 or 4 units, you can get the title deeds and do bank financing. But if you want to pay in installment, we also allow that. The other project is Lafiki Garden, and the Lafiki Garden is also a standard value-added project. It's in Kagudo Road at a place we call Kantafu, just after Mala. And this project is 5.3 kilometers off the Kagudo Road and around 2.3 kilometers off the Koma Makutano Road. In this project, we have done the fencing, we have done the loans, compacted malam loans, we have ready title deeds, and it's a place where you can buy and build commercial entities like like apartments to capture the high demand of housing along the Kagudo Road. This project has lengthy title deeds. Mr. Richard, go to the next, please. The next project is Garden of Joy. I know so many people from Europe. Last time we came there, they bought the Garden of Joy. And this one is near the commercial line area. It's only 6 kilometers from commercial line area. Access to this project, most of the land, most of the loans there are tarmac loans. I have a number of you who have come to view and they have seen it. Noah was here last time. He came and he saw the project. This one is a super added project, and we have gone an extra mile because this project is very near the tarmac, only 1.3 kilometers off tarmac. It's a gated and controlled development. We have a number of social amenities we have put in place. I'll be showing you in another slide. A 50 by 100 in this project is selling at only 1.495. We have already title deeds, and this project you can either buy cash or you can pay malipo ya pole, payment in installments, whereby you pay 30% deposit, then the balance we can give you a maximum of 12 months to clear. Na hapa ni kama kuishi Ulaya. It's a nice project. It's a nice project. The other project is called Victory Gardens. Victory Gardens is the one the team leader was talking about, Mr. George. It's located in Kitengela along Acacia Avenue. And this is very close to Kitengela town. In fact, the team leader always say, if you invest in Kitengela, unaacha maji kwa jiko ikichemuka, unakimbia kwa duka, unachukua unga, unapata maji bado haijachemuka na unapika ugali. It's very close to Kitengela town. It's 3.6 kilometers of the Namanga Transnational Highway, and this is a super value added property with landed title deeds. It's gated, it's controlled. A 50 by 100 is selling at only 2.295, and it's payable either in cash or you can pay in installment of up to 24 months. Manage, here I can see your message. I will be able to respond to that in a few minutes. Amanilij is our last project. Amanilij is located in Kiabu County, just off Kamete Road. This is very near Loilo, or those people who know a place that they call the Tattoo City, another upcoming city. We are just behind the Tattoo City. And the project is 3.2 kilometers of the tarmac. The road there is being tarmac, so assessing Amanilij, you'll be using tarmac. I remember the last time we came to Europe, it was bush, and the place looked like it will not develop. But currently, I'll be able to show you what is happening, and we have been able to process title deeds for each and every particular plot. A 50 by 100, no, 100 by 100, because all the 50 by 100s are sold out. Currently, we only have 100 by 100 plots, and the price is ranging between 8 million all the way to 12 million. So if you're interested to live in Amanilij, that's the price. Let's go to the next slide so that I can show you what is happening. This is the Prosperity Garden, the one I was telling you in Konza. It's a very new project, and you can see Konza City in that image. The photo you see where there is a house, that is Konza City. It's coming up. There are a number of investors who are building there, and so many commercial entities are coming up. I saw there's another university that will start enrolling by the year 2023. So it's a nice place to invest. Our team was already on the ground and they did beaconing today. So if you go there tomorrow, you will be able to identify your plot, and you will resume with your payment plan. The next one is the Shakaina Gardens. This is the tarmac there is the Namanga Highway, and the vehicle you see is heading towards the Kajiado town. Then on the other side, you are heading towards the Namanga side. And this project is only 900 meters of the tarmac. Now, these are the social amenities. Shakaina Gardens has water borehole on site. We are going to connect power. We have already done the access loans and their compacted malam loans. We have ready title deeds, and the project is fenced. And we understand from the team leader, we are going to have an upgrade of solar energy. So if you are interested to live near Kajiado town, just test me on that number provided there, +254 708-459-336, and send me a text, say, I'm interested in Shakaina. My name is Marion, and this is my email, and I'll be able to share with you more details about this project. The next project, as you can see, is the Lafiki Garden. Lafiki Garden is the one off Kagudo Road at Kantaf Market area. This project, we have already done the loans, as you can see them there. This is not Photoshop. These are not photos from any other source. These are photos from Optiven. We already have some clients who are already starting their construction there at Lafiki Gardens. We have done the compacted malam loans. The client there, the one who is building here, bought 4 plots and want to drill a borehole in one of the plots and be able to sell that water to the people living in that community. So if you buy a plot here, you can link with the client there and they will be able to supply you with water. We are fenced, and the title deeds are ready so that you can also do something we call bank financing. And we give you all these documents for free in case you want to do due diligence. Currently, we have commercial plots selling at $795. The other project This is Garden of Joy. Noah, the Garden of Joy you visited last time looks like this. We James Plotty, our gate. We did a beautiful gate as we promised. We did drill a borehole and connected water. Right now we are doing the piping of the water and it's connected and touching each and every plot. We are connecting power, 3-phase power in the project. Currently, as we speak, we have solar street lights in the project. We have done compacted malam loads to be able to assess each and every particular plot. We have ready title deeds. The property is gated and controlled. So hapo kinunua, hakuna kujenga magorofa kama zile za isiri. Hapa ni nyumba mzuri, unatoka Ulaya, unakuja unapumzika vizuri sana. We have planted thousands of trees along the avenues. We call them the air purifiers. We have green zones, a place for the kids, a prayer zone. We have a community center. We have an artificial lake, Lake Optiven. We have an artificial forest. Na forest yetu sio miti ya kichaka. Forest yetu tunapanda miti ya matuta. We have done the street names. Under 50 by 100 in this serene environment is selling at only 1.495, and you can pay in installments. So this is the Garden of Joy. Those who have not been able to visit Garden of Joy, that is how it looks like. If you're interested in this, this is Garden of Joy. For those who bought and they have never been able to visit, you can see the trees, you can see the gate, you can see the fence, you can see the solar street lights, and you can send me a text and say, James, I'm interested with Garden of Joy. Go to the next slide, though. They can see we have done the water, and you can see the already customers who have, sorry, go back, please. Wonderful, good. We did the elevation of the water towers. Go to the slide with the water, that one. We have done installation of water. We are doing the piping. Already, there are customers who have already started construction, and there's another one we are going to be doing groundbreaking on that. So if you want to be part of this community, this is the time to pick a plot here. You can see the beautiful Mua Hill and the beautiful Kilimabogo. You can also see from this photo, you can see the Comash Line Hill, which is there at the far end at the horizon. It's a very beautiful place to live and to retire. The next project, the next project is the project everyone has been talking about. You go aloud Kenya, everyone talks about the Garden of Kitengela. This is none other than Victory Gardens by Optiven. This is a very serene environment. We have the trees ready, we have water ready, we have power ready, solar street lighting, we have the access road, title deeds. It's gated and controlled, and we have green zones, we have recreation areas, we have named all the streets, and you can get this property at only 2.295. Maybe you can show them the other photo of what is there in Victory Gardens. Though this is Victory Garden. This house you see here is from one of the clients there in Germany. And I know she is in the meeting. I saw her. She is the one building there. So watu wa Europe, asanteni sana for the great support. The next slide. Okay, this is the same. And as I told you, the price is only 2.295. The price might be going up in a few days. So if you're interested to benefit the price of 2.295, this is the time to pick a plot. We have not more than 15 plots remaining in Victory Gardens. So if you are interested, pick a piece and you'll be happy to live in this neighborhood. And the other project is Amanirich. Somebody requested to get more details about Amanirich. This is Amanirich. This is the gate. And this gate is not Photoshop. This is not what we are projected to do in Amanirich. This is already on the ground. We have done the gate. We have done the perimeter wall for the whole 100 acres. Stone wall, perimeter wall. And you can see it's beautiful. We have ready title deeds. This is what the vision looks like. When people build in the future, this is how it's going to look like. Already the loans are there. All these loans you see, they are there. They are being now upgraded to Cabro standard. We are doing maraming to Cabro standard. But they are already on the ground. If you check on Google Maps, you'll be able to see this project from Google. And we have ready title deeds for each and every particular plot. We have been able to transfer the title deed. So if you're interested to get bank financing, you can use this title deed to get bank financing. This project, as you see, the water is there. We have done the solar energy for the lighting so that when you're accessing it at night, hakuna kutumia mulika mwisi. You can see how it looks. And within the project, we are going to add more solar street lighting. We are just waiting for the guys who are doing the upgrading of the roads to be through, and then we'll be ready with that. In this same project, we have done the water tower. As you can see there, we have water ready. And after the roads upgrade, I know the project team will be on the ground to connect water to every individual plot along the avenues. As we speak currently, this is what is happening. The upgrading of the roads, Malaming to Cabro standard. You can see these are the tractors from the guy who came from Europe. I like that guy, is hardworking. He moves with the swift speed. Kama tu wa Kenya wenye wako Ulaya. I like you guys. So this is what is happening in the management. And currently, as we speak, we are seeing the government is tarmacking the road that is coming from Kamiti Road all the way to Roturo. So those who came to visit Amarich last time, when the place was not upgraded, right now to access Amarich from the tarmac, you take less than 4 minutes, and you are already in the project if you are driving. Thank you so much. Unless there are any other questions, you can reach me on those contact details, but I see there are some people who have requested for some info here. Let me read them out, and then the team leader can assist. I think Gladys, you're okay now. You saw the Amanrich, how it looks like. My contact is there. I'll be able to reach out. I will share it again on the chat area. David Rango is asking, do you have contractors too? I heard Wachiuri say you bring your own contractors. Currently, we don't have contractors. That's what the team leader was trying to advise. We request you use your own. Dorothy Karemi, James, I am just wondering, are we able to construct an underground space at the Garden of Joy? Team leader will be able to advise on that. Underground ni kama sile parking sa huko Ulaya unapaki gari chini ya nyumba huko.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Wow, James, you have done an amazing presentation, and that's very good. Yeah, underground, man, Garden of Joy, the stone is on the 1.5 feet. So you better go up. You better do a townhouse. I don't know whether Richard can get a townhouse done by one of the Diasporians. You know, you better go up, because the cost of digging the underground, it's expensive. So you are better off doing a slab and do a townhouse. I hope Kevin was here. We could have shared the townhouse being done at the Garden of Joy, an amazing masterpiece. And I think this guy just modified our design, and it could be a good thing, whereby you have a big, massive house that even if you have 3 families, they can fit in there. Thank you, James Proti.
Okay, thank you so much, team leader. David Dango is asking, explain about engineer again. One needs an engineer and also a contractor. Also building material, does Optiven sell materials too? I will ask further question directed to you. Thanks. That is David Dango from USA.
Thank you, Dirango. Thank you, Dirango. Depending on the project, if you are doing a home at Garden of Joy, the materials are so near. The Dalugo stone is near there, so it's slightly cheaper doing a home at Garden of Joy than in Victory Gardens. And the good thing is that the Kenyan people have become very aggressive. You find materials in Kitengela, you find materials along the highway of Kagudo Road. In fact, you are spoiled of choice. You find mahogany, you find stone, you find sand. Optiven, we only sell the concrete poles and cabro. We have a factory in Kitengela. We sell cabro, but for customers, give them a small discount, and also the concrete poles. And we also sell cement, but cement is not competitive because nowadays the manufacturers are many. They are selling as cheap as 500,000 per bag of cement. So that's the fact that today Kenyan people, they are really building. You know, there are lesser mortgages, but there are very many Kenyan people who have been building even during the Corona time. I hope I have answered my good friend, David Dilango. And next time in Kenya, pitia ofisi, tukunywe kahawa.
Thank you so much, Team Leader. I know David Dilango has heard. And thanks, David Dilango, for the great support you're doing for us in the USA. I can see Hilda all the way from Hamburg, Germany, is asking, who in Optiven can assist me with building telephone number or a name, please? So, Team Leader, I think Hilda is asking if you have a contractor you can recommend. you can assist on that, please.
James, I wanted to maybe you clear up some questions because some people ask also this question to me.
Yes, please.
The prices you have given of the plots after you showed the roads are being done, water is being installed, electricity will be done, gate is done. This price, does it increase after you do all these value addition, or is it included? That is a question that some people have asked me before. So maybe you can answer them. Those people are here in the group so that they can hear from you. Hiyo price umewapatia ya Garden of Joy, ukienda ukitengeneza, ukiweka stima, utawalipisha, utawaambia ongeza, waleta pesa ingine, ama ni ile price umewapatia ya kwanza? Please, can you clarify that to them?
Thank you, Noah Mori, and I think Team Leader, would you take that?
Oh, thank you, our chairman, Muri. The price that we give, people who have studied Optiven, they have discovered a trend, and that's why this lady who has got over 40 plots discovered. When we are starting, we are cheaper. Like now we are selling Mariri, 795. If you check this project another 3 years, you find maybe 2 million. So people who bought Garden of Joy, the price I think was 950, if I'm not wrong. And then they were buying a promise. Oh, we'll do water, we'll do roads. There are people who say, no, me, I am like Thomas. I want to feel the water and touch the roads. So those people who waited, it has now moved from 950 when it was bare to 1.4. But if Purity bought the time of 950, and maybe Purity bought cash, that was the money she paid, and a closing cost 8%. But if Purity bought on installment, we usually add 1% per month, 1% per month. So that's the discussion. So people who are coming now, they will buy at 1.495. People who came earlier, they bought cash, it was 950. It went to 1.295. That who came with cash bought 1.295, and they even now paid 8%, transfer the title, and they have the title. So you'll be smiling when you see solar is coming, the power is coming, you know, the roads are done, you'll be smiling. And it's very exciting journey to work with Optiven. The only little money you pay, Optiven, we bring 3-phase transformer on site. The time you do your townhouse, the price of connecting power, you utalipa. Yeah, you pay Kenya Power from our pole, the Optiven pole to your house. That one you pay. The connecting of water, you only pay 12,000 for the meter, but the piping is Optiven cost. The same with all our projects. And that's very, very interesting. So my advice is, every time you see a new project, rush quickly and then buy. Can I give you a secret of Shekinah? Shekinah, we decided to upgrade because of pressure from people I see in this particular forum. We are upgrading. But once we upgrade to solar and we do those other things, maybe you bought this particular property at 750 plus interest. The new price will be about $1 million. So you'll be smiling because you see, wait a minute, the price is now this, but since you already have your title deed, you don't add a single coin yet. We'll be able to deliver water to your doorstep. And that's how we do it. And I think I've answered that question properly, Bwana Chairman.
Yes, thank you. You have answered. In other words, you want to say that what you pay, you don't add anything. Even if Optiven continue adding value to this plot, the price remains as promised as initial price I paid. If I come here, there's this Garden of Joy, which was when James came to France sometimes back, it was 950. Those who paid that time, now saizi imeongezeka price. In other words, it's 1 point, James, if I'm not wrong, 1.4 or
1.495. Yes.
Yeah, so those who paid, those who paid 950,000, they have nothing to add. And now their plots, they have electricity, water, and roads made, and the sewage system at the same time. And where electricity is not far, so like Wachiuri was saying, I think the price of installing electricity will not be a lot. Sababu itakuwa tu ni kuchukua kwa mti kwa hapo karibu. Story inaisha.
Fantastic. Bwana Chairman, allow me to say hi to Barozi James Gatondo. Man, this guy hosted us in his house. We ate chapati. Men, Bwana James Katondo and Esther, just say hi. I just want to hear your voice. And please, when you're in Kenya, allow me to spoil you when you're in Kenya. This guy hosted us for a whole week. We were not paying anything, and this guy is gold. James, ngoja nisikie tu sauti tu.
Put on your sound, please.
Yes, asante sana Chairman, Mr. Wachiuri, asante sana kwa kutualika hii for this forum. It's very encouraging. And yeah, I'm still following you. And we are still looking forward for you people to come back to Vienna.
Okay. Asante sana James. Ninaona Hilda anasema we have not asked her, answered her question. Maybe Bwana Chairman, can you give Hilda an opportunity to speak?
Okay, Hilda, kama unaweza you can mute, and then maybe you can ask your question directly, and see James or Mr. Wachiuri will answer your question. Okay, go on.
Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you all here. And I'm a follower of Optiven since 2 years. And this journey was very exciting for me. And I finished. Yeah? James told me to start this journey. At first, I didn't believe it, but now I know I've made it. The thing is, I am here in Diaspora, and I want really to see that house. I am sorry that I am, I'm asking the same questions, but I can't do anything from here, and I need assistance. So I'm just asking if I could be helped to start the construction. I want to see that house before I die. I'm 70. I'm going to be 70 in August.
And you don't look.
I want to see that house and live in it.
You don't look 70.
Thank you. Thank you. But you never know. I can go outside here and I get a stone on my head.
True.
Yeah. I just want to be assisted through this journey. And as I said, Optiven, really, it was very, 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 how can I say it? The payment, the documentation, it was beautiful. I had no work at all. I just put the order there and the money kept flowing. And when it was finished, we did the last documentation, and it was just beautiful. I just can't stop to praising Optiven. Please, Mr. George, Ebony Saidi.
Thank you, Hilda. Hilda says she has no connection for contractors. Yes, we can connect you with our contractor. I have said earlier that he is overwhelmed, but of course, doesn't have to take one extra project. So we can connect you, we can give you quotations. So engage us, we can be able to give you options. I also saw somebody asking, hey, do you have projects at cost? Yeah, right now we do not have any project at cost, but we shall have something soon in Malindi, very soon, maybe another 90 days, we'll have something in Malindi. But we have projects in other areas like Nanyuki. We have some properties in projects in Nyeri. We have something coming up in Makoyo. Those who want to take advantage of the dual college between Thika all the way to Marwa. We have a project coming near Makuyu, near Kakuzi there. So the tarmac is just touching that particular project. So if you have some ideas, engage James Proti. The time we launch, you can be able to be informed when this Makoyu project comes on board. Asante sana. Back to our Chairman Limo.
Okay, thank you. So James, there's another question from Mwangi Kiare. He's asking, is it a must to be a Kenyan so as to buy land in Kenya? I think he's talking about the process of land documentation.
Kiari is asking about if it's only a Kenyan who can buy land in Kenya. Currently, we are empowering Kenyans, though we have some project like the one in Kiabu, which is on leasehold, where foreigners can invest. But for other projects that are freehold, only Kenyan nationalities can invest. Because when the land office does the registration, they use your Kenyan document, that is the ID, the KRA PIN. But for leasehold land, like the one in Amanrich, even foreigners can get a piece. But we are trying to build our Kenyans. So maybe you are Kenyan, but you live in the diaspora, you can get a piece of that. Or maybe you are Kenyan and you changed your identity. Now you have a German or Sweden document. You can get a piece of a manage and transfer the title deed because it's on leasehold. Thank you.
Okay, and how do those who are in diaspora, if they want to buy land now, how can they proceed?
Thank you.
Usisahau kuna corona pia. So tell us, maybe those who are here in France now or in Germany, in UK, they want to buy maybe one of the presentation, labda mtu amependa Amani Ridge ama amependa one of in Kitengela or in Machakos. What is the process? What will be the process of doing so?
Thank you, Bwana Chairman. In Optiven, we have a very open land purchase process, and that is how we are able to assist our many brothers and sisters living in the diaspora. One of the requests we make to Kenyans living in the diaspora, once you contact us or you go to our website and you identify one of the projects, let's say you identify the Garden of Joy or Victory Gardens, then you reach out to the person who is in contact with you, like James brought here. I'll send you the payment details and the pricing, which involves the details on how the original price, the sale agreement fee, the legal fees. And when we are satisfied on all the costs that will be involved, then we request you to send us somebody you trust in Kenya. Of course, get somebody you trust in Kenya, somebody you can take to site to view the land for you. It's always good for them to give feedback, but get somebody you trust. There are some people who said they are friends in Kenya, na friend ako na Kiwaru. They don't want you to invest. So anakudanganya na kwambia hiyo shamba huko ni hata huko ni bali sana. So it's always good to send us somebody you really trust. When you send us somebody you trust and they view the land and they are satisfied with it, then we go to the next phase where we send you the offer letter and the sale agreement sample on the payment modalities and the pricing we are giving you. From there, we can send the documents of the land, maybe the copies of the title deed for you to be able to do such. You can use your attorney or you can use your representative in Kenya if you still want to do due diligence to know if this land is genuine. When you are satisfied that the land is genuine, then now you make your deposit. That is when we come now to the deposit. You advise us. You want to pay the 30% deposit and the balance you pay in installment, or you want to pay in cash. It's always very open, and we give you a very open and flexible payment plan. If you're in the diaspora, you can pay via word limit. You can pay by transfer wise. You can pay by M-Pesa. You can do direct bank transfer. We have all those options for you. Thank you, Noah.
Well, thank you,
Okay.
Noah. Thank you, Noah, and thank you, James.
Yes.
Thank you, James. I want to add something that for those who may not know details of the projects, we have a very, very vibrant YouTube, Optiven YouTube. You can be able to view Amani, Victory, Garden of Joy, and very, very interesting. You can be able to view there. And I can see there's a lot of activities on Facebook. Somebody saying that I'm going to eat a chapati in Sweden. Adisa, next time you are in Sweden, we shall come. I shall visit you. Asante sana. And I can see Fresha saying, if you have something in Makoyo and Maridi, inform me. So we'll keep your data and we shall be able to inform you every time we have something in those areas. The same with the Nyathira di Alando. Malidi project, eagerly waited. Now unatuweka moto. We shall go there. And I can see there's a lot of interest in the activities on the Facebook. Back to the chairman.
Okay, so I think many questions have been answered. Kama kuna mtu yuko hapa sasa anataka kuuliza swali directly, you can ask. At the same time, we are trying to see whether there are other questions which are being asked on Facebook, so that we can share them. So kama kuna mtu ako na swali, just raise your hand. And
as they ask, maybe yes. I think I'll add something.
Okay.
Something that has been coming up in most of the time when we meet Kenyans in the diaspora, yes. And we hear stories of them losing money. I don't know. Nilinunua kashamba mahali nikatuma pesa, nikurudi Kenya si kuona hiyo shamba na si kuona wenye aliniuzia. It's always good before you involve in the land purchase. It's always very good. You do due diligence to know these people selling you the land. You know, like the way Noah, I remember the first time before we went to France, Noah flew all the way to Kenya to come and see Optiven. He came to our project to identify, to see if it's genuine. So my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, I know there are those many adverts on WhatsApp groups, on Facebook, everywhere you go, and people are selling you land, right, left, and center. Kindly, before you involve your money, it's good to do due diligence, learn about the company, see if they have any past projects. And that's why in Optiven, when you come to us, we always take you to our past project and the current project we are doing so that you can get an idea of what is happening. It's really painful when I see Kenyans living in the diaspora. And I know sahi, here kuna balafu kabisa, it's winter. Then I hear you lost $1 million. I really feel that pain. So anytime you want to get to learn more about real estate, don't hesitate to come to Optiven. I see our father from Vienna, James Gatodo, ako na swali. Linachoma kabisa. Karibu sana.
Just uliza swali yako. Direct, just unmute yourself and you can ask your question, please, James.
Actually, sikuwa na swali. I'm just very interested to hear other opinions so that when we arrange next time for you people to come back here in Vienna, we can be able to be prepared and also have some good news. It has been a hard time for a lot of people because of this corona, because we have a total shutdown here in Austria for almost 1 year now. And yeah, we are hoping for better days. But I guess I almost had that question being asked, but may I repeat it again? They are, just to understand, they are rumors. I don't know whether they are rumors or not rumors, or is it true or not true that the title deeds are being changed. And I understand they are being changed, and the Huduma, the national ID is going to expire by the end of this year. Then we have a Huduma number. How about those people who are here, so-called dual citizenship, Kenyans, have the ID but are not able to change their ID because of some government rules? Is there any challenges which they will have to meet? And how can it be solved, if at all?
Okay, thank you, James. Thank you, James. I think I can answer that through the share, Muri. The change of titles, it's starting with the old regulations. You know, Kenya, we had almost 4 types of title deeds, you know, and with the new constitutions, they want to harmonize so that in future, you'll be transferring your title on e-citizen. It is going to be easier to transact. So the Ministry of Lands, I belong to a group called the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, have been engaging us, you know, and I've been attending those meetings, and they want to do a test with Nairobi. So they will start with Nairobi to see how it goes. If it goes well, they'll do countrywide. And it's the same way we changed our old ID to the new ID, and now we are going to another digital one. So it will be flawless. And they are saying they are titles that have secured money, loans from the bank. So they'll give bank a chance to change at their own will. People out there, there will be no force that you must change immediately. They may give it maybe 3 or 4 years. We are negotiating for 7 years change, but it may come up to 3 years. And I'll ask James Plotty to share with Mr. Muri a write-up and good explanation that we have done as Optiven, so that you can see the type of titles that are going to be changed first before they come to freehold, or what Optiven does. Because for us, we are compliant with the current regulation. And the aim is to digitize land's office to reduce fraud in future. Nobody will call you on land, because you'll be going on eCitizen, you see the whole story about the land Optiven is selling to you. So it is to our good, it's to our good of our nation. It is to our good of doing a country plan. They call it geospatial plan, so that land issue is not complicated. So we have promised the government that we shall cooperate, and we shall be able to educate our customers on the way forward. But nobody will pay an extra coin, and nobody will lose their titles. So we are able to work with you, but we share some write-up to the group. So after this conversation, we'll be able to share it. I have it on my WhatsApp, and we'll be able to share it with you to read for yourself. But there is no cost of alarm. So it will be a process that will take a bit of time. In terms of Huduma, in future, they say you'll be able to apply it online. And we look forward to a very smooth way of governance as we go forward to digitize our nation.
Thank you, Wachiuri, of talking about especially the title deeds for those who are in Nairobi, because sure, as diasporans, many people are worried. They are thinking that they might lose their lands, which are there. But if there's no extra cost, the only thing is to know the process to do so that to change to the new version. Maybe after you share the information, we can share also with our friends at the same time.
Mr. Mole?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Anyways,
I can hear you.
My name's David Durango, and James and Wachiuri have mentioned my name a couple of times, and I'm just grateful to be here. When I started with Optiven, I had big dreams, but then here in the USA, we've been hit really hard by the virus, and things happen in life. So those big dreams were narrowed down to where now all of a sudden we were struggling with the unemployment, and it really interfered, reduced those dreams to where now we are in almost survival mode. And one of the ways I tried to get around it was I figured in order to buy myself more time, I would get a loan from like a bank in Kenya, and they would I would buy myself for five, instead of paying Optiven 2 years, I would now be left with the bank. Before things get better, I have 5 years to pay the bank. My question is, the bank expects you to pay almost half of what their value is. So you're already paying anyways. If you don't have a job, then you're out of luck. I suppose my question is, can you use some other property that you may have if things happen that you may not be able to come up with money? We all know the challenges of being in diaspora. There's all kinds of, you're a foreigner, you have to go through papers, you have to go through your job system, and what are the ways Optiven can help people who are struggling with advice of how to get around it. I know I always communicate with James Plotty, and he always tells me, gives me hope, but hope alone, I have to believe it's going to work. I'm not gonna say it's not going to work. There's always a way, but can you use a different property to put as a down payment, or would you have to discuss that with the bank that's giving you a loan? And also, if it comes down to where you're completely unable to come up with the money, would you just lose what you put down, or how is that? Because these things are happening in life. Sometimes things are beyond us. Thank you very much.
James or George Wachiuri maybe can answer that.
Okay, thank you, David. Thank you, David. One of the things that I have seen Diaspora do is establishing relationship with Diaspora departments in different banks. You know, we have all the banks, the big banks, Equity, KCB, Family Bank. They have even hired Diasporian, like Equity Bank hired a lady from US of A, so that she can be able to understand the diaspora. And they are intentional in terms of financing diaspora. I know that there are many, many customers being financed, for example, by Family Bank to buy our properties. There are many customers being financed by Equity Bank to buy our properties, and KCB. And what I've seen is that you need to establish that relationship. You start now sending little money to your account. And then if you want to develop or to build, yes, the extra security, you can deposit it to the bank and they charge it. But you must do your calculations very well that you are able to pay installments. If you are doing rentals, you need to calculate your rental income plus an additional money that you may add for you to be able to pay installments before maybe the rental building start bringing the money. And we have seen a lot of banks supporting our customers of that. And through our office, through Jerusha, who is here, we can introduce you to a bank of your choice. The head of Diaspora Family Bank, Steve, is my friend. The head of Diaspora Equity, Grace, is my friend. We can introduce you. Vincent KCB is my friend. So just say, hey, introduce me to Equity. We can do a joint WhatsApp, and then we can discuss. You say, this is my situation. And they are able to advise you. And they have really supported a lot of our customers, especially in a property purchase. I hope we can put this discussion further with David and any other person that wants support. That's why we are here, by the way. That's why Jerusha is here. We are your legs. You make us busy. Yeah. If you don't respond, hey, say, hey, George, you promised. You're not responding. Right now, I'm supporting a gentleman in the UK. Had challenges. You know, he did an apartment in Oiro, almost finishing. And he was looking for only 4 million to finish the 5 floors apartment. And the bank he's in was not willing. In fact, they wanted to auction. So I gave him 2 more banks, and they were fighting to give him 4 million and buy up the other loan. And now he's the happiest man. You know, he says, George, now I can smile. So we are here to help you, to support you, because, you know, we are here for that particular reason. Thank you. Somebody asking, do you have a contact with the APSA? Yes. We actually share the building. The head of Diaspora is also my friend. So we have done relationship with all these big banks, and we are able to direct you to the bank of your choice.
Okay, thank you, Wachiuri. David, I think you can get some help from Wachiuri. I think you are satisfied with what he said. Maybe you can get in touch with them and see how they can help. And that's true what David said. Wachiuri, here in Europe and in the USA, many people have lost jobs. Others, we are still continuing to survive. And maybe some of us will need some help from you to assist so that we don't lose our property. Many people here are worried because they are saying we have already spent money and now there's Corona, which is killing us. We need to spend again. So I think also, if you chair in these committees, try to fight for us at the same time. You can also talk to us to know our needs, what we go through, so that also you can share with this in the committee what we go through and what we expect also from them. That will be very great in the Diaspora committee, and we'll thank you very much for doing that for us. The question.
Somebody is asking from Facebook. This is Grace Kim. How considerate is Optiven during this time of the pandemic in terms of payment and agreements? And I remember when COVID struck, and when COVID was really tough on us, Optiven gave our customers a 6-month waiver. So I think we did justice to our investors. We had given them a 6-month waiver. And I think everything has been well so far. If you are one of our customers and you are facing some, distress or challenges, we always request reach out to us on a one-on-one, and we will be able to assist you. So there's nobody who is going to kick you out of Optiven Investment Group because you are facing some challenges. We always like to hear from you. We also human beings. Even if we're in business, we are human beings, and we can reason together and see how we can assist you. Thank you. Unless there's any other question, let me check on Facebook, but Noah, you can check on your site.
James, you can share the link on the title issue. I wanted to share the link, but if you can admit me on my phone, I can share the link on the issue the chairman has about the titles.
I've shared it. I've already shared it. It's there on
great. Thank you. Thank you.
James has already shared, and also I'll share with my community here in France, and I'm going to put it on the Facebook page of Kenyans in France. So those who are in the group, they can also check on that.
Maybe Noah, for those who are looking to learn more after the Zoom meeting or to engage more, I'll be sharing my number. It's +254 708 459 336. +254 708 459 336. You can always reach out to us, and I'll be able to assist at any time.
Bernard Mayaka is asking, he's saying, my name is Mayaka and I would like to start investing. How can I be guided? Mayaka, maybe if you are online, maybe you can ask your question, maybe expound more on a guidance on how and doing what. Maybe you can say it here. We have people who can help you maybe invest, or just unmute and just ask your question, please.
Well, this is Mayaka. I think you can get me.
Yeah, we can get you.
Continue. Yeah, I can get you.
Thank you very much. First, I would start by saying it's a very great opportunity to be linked to this group. I'm currently a student, and I saw this opportunity. I said, oh, I should utilize it as much as possible, especially after seeing a documentary about Wachiuri in I can't remember which station, but it really impressed me that I can be able to start from nothing to something. So myself would like to start by probably purchasing a property that is a plot and then develop. And the only concern I'm always having with some friends that I've tried to contact to guide me, they always tell me, oh, you have to be careful because of the issue of conmen who you especially if you're not there, you can be conned a lot. So it became a very big concern, and I've not been able to start to date. So if I can be able to be guided on the best steps just from the scratch, since I'm a beginner, I'll be very happy or more than glad.
Okay, thank you, Mayaka, for your question. I think what you're asking is to avoid what George Wachiuri did and lost a lot of money. He, if we are not there from the beginning, he explained how he lost a lot of money. And
yes.
And we have here in this group, there are many people who have already bought with Optiven, and I think they are a living testimony. Maybe Wachiuri, you can say something on what Wayaka is saying. You hear that he's in the diaspora and he doesn't want to lose money. Like you were saying before, when we started, we don't want to lose money, and especially in this time. So Wachiuri and Optiven, you are there to guide us not to lose this money, but invest.
Wow, thank you, Cher. Thank you, Mayaka. Asante sana. Wow, the man is in school and want to invest. It is very encouraging, very inspiring because many people invest later after school. And what I can advise him that you can start small. You know, don't start like James. Don't start too big. Don't go to a money rich. Start with the Konza. Yeah, start with properties that are not too expensive, whereby you now start accumulating and you can say, hey, I want to partner with Optiven. The next 5 years, I want maybe 10 properties. You say, you talk to James Proti and tell him, James, tell me, give me the cheapest property you have, you know, and we'll guide you. You can even start with some we have for $395. You buy that one, get a title, you get some confidence, you know, go to the next one. By the time you are 5 years and you are maybe finishing your PhD, you already now saying, do you have anything in near town? And we can be able to work and work with you at Optiven. And maybe you are also asking, George, I want to buy an apartment. You know, we have a sister company called PMC, Property Management Company. We sell apartments, we sell flats, we sell standalone homes. We can also give you options. James Proti can share the link, www.pmcestates.com. .co.ke, and Mayaka, if you find something nice, I promise you, before the chairman right here, we can be able to do the legwork for you. Maybe you need this document, you need this document. Jerusha is right here to ensure that we can do the errands for you. And with Optiven, you are sure that you get exactly what you want. And for all the other members, maybe you're out there, you're looking for an apartment in Kilimani, you're looking for a house in Lavington, you are looking for a house in Kiambu, you are not sure of. Maybe there are others who have got apartments with the tenants and your relatives don't submit money. You know, the other day I was sent by somebody from Europe to go to Umoja and check whether the apartment has got people because the brother says, hey, Dugu, Hapa, the tenants are not paying and the house is half empty. You know, we went there. The apartment was full to capacity, you know, and it was a struggle to give management to PMC. So PMC was given this apartment and they have been managing. The guy now is able to realize his money on time. By 5th of the following month, the money is in the account. So if you have some apartments, you give your sisters, your brothers to manage, and you're not getting the money, give our sister company called PMC, headed by Peter Kariuki, the MD, and they are able to manage for you, to repair the houses for you, to check whether there are leakages. And I'll ask James Proti to share the link so that we give you a full solution. And if you have any other property need, I said earlier that we are partners, not only for you paying us money, but partners. We have to move the journey together. I hope, Mayaka, I am able to ask your question. But if you're looking to invest in business, you can join the mentorship. It's starting on 5th of February, Kenyan time, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. early in the morning. We'll be doing 1 hour mentorship. You can join the mentorship. It's free of charge. You just go to my blog, www.georgewachiuri.com. You see cohort 2. You register your name there. You are I will be giving you 1 hour session. Yani practical things on how to start a business, or how to grow a business, or how to expand your business. So Mayaka, if you have that particular vision, you can join the cohort 2, and then graduation is in July. We are graduating in Kitagera grounds at a GMC place, and it's usually a very interesting graduation. Last time, we had a guy traveling from America to come to graduate. We give you a certificate, we give you something to show that you graduated from George Wachiuri School of Mentorship. Asante sana, back to the share.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for that impressive and informative response. I think, I don't know, the number that you had given earlier, is that the number I should contact? 0708, something like that.
James, can you give again your number, please?
Exactly.
Your mic is off, huh?
I'm on now. Yeah,
Okay.
My number is +254 708 459 336. You can see it on the screen. +254 708 459 336. You can reach out on that number anytime, any hour.
Okay. So all the links that Wachiuri has said and James Plot has given the numbers, I'll be sharing all the information, the necessary information for those who want to invest, like Mayaka, those who need for the mentorship. I'll see with James how we can have these numbers in a one place for the diasporans, and we put it on our website kifaransa.fr. You can get all the information from there. So I think for today we are done. Unless somebody has a last question, on behalf of all the aspirants, I want to thank George Wachiuri, James, who have been in contact with him for a long time, and the Optiven team for coming to save us. That's what I can say, to save us from losing money to friends and to families. So we are very thankful for that. Very, very thankful. So I think all the aspirants agree with me that that has been the case before knowing Optiven. So we thank you very much. We hope you continue the same thing. And if we have other questions, I hope you'll be there when we invite you again so that we can come and discuss other things. Even the mentorship, George Wachiuri, one day we should come and discuss for the diasporans, because that is very good information. And like I was saying, when we come to Europe, we go to the USA, we are looking for greener pastures. We want to succeed, so that can help us. So I hope we'll be always there for us, and so that we can succeed together. James, to you, so that you can close if you have something to say. And
thank you, Bwana Chairman. To me, I would just thank all the Kenyan for turning up in huge numbers. I can see we are still at 43. And when I check on Facebook, there are still others asking, are you still on? So it means that Kenyans are eager to learn and they want to grow. I'm so happy to see so many of our brand ambassadors, and every person in this channel today has just become a brand ambassador for Optiven. So when you go out there, just say hi to 5 of your friends and tell them you know Optiven. And when they invest with Optiven, they'll be all smiles. Thanks so much also for our team leader for creating this time to be with us. I know you are in a busy meeting somewhere in the church, but we had to hijack you. Asante sana for creating time for us. Noah, shukran sana. I know it's code influence, but we also created time. You have been learning up and down, coordinating this. Thanks so much also to Pastor Genevieve, Richard of Optiven, and everyone else. May God bless you abundantly. Asanteni sana. Bwana James, abia mama tunakuja kukula kaugari tena na chapati. God bless you.